I think we're going to get started. It's about 7:30, if not past. So, I'm Unheardof, so most of you have not heard of me. I'm going to do some spoken word before we get some of these awesome musicians up here. I've heard Dennis, the Sultry. So, anyways, we get started. First one I'm going to do is fairly new. It's called I Rise. Alright. No longer silenced by sips nor sobs, these halting words pour over lips salted. To the pad drips the poison of my soul. Morning hides the dawn and the sunset too. Stopped up as it is, from my pen oozes these thoughts until they flow, not to be jammed, eventually, inevitably. This is my rebirth. Phoenix, she rises, and I upon her wings, scarred. Ash for me falls, soot war paint upon my face. And in my throat, fiery coals glow, I rise. Back to the stage, I rise. Back to the mic, I rise. Back to life, I rise. Thank you. Alright, so this one is really short. I write a lot of short stuff, and that probably speaks to my attention span. So, anyways, I'm sure you've all felt this way, and you'll see what I mean again. It's called Emergency Notice. The storm is brewing, dark, violent, destructive, ripping homes away, erasing their very foundation, leaving those home and homeless, helpless. Lost, alone, shivering. Run, run to higher ground. Don't look back. Save yourself. Don't worry about me. I'm not in the eye of the storm. I am the storm. Thank you. So I do spoken word along with a friend of mine who plays music. She'll have a song. She'll ask me to write a poem for it. So a couple of them I'm going to be doing, obviously, without her. This is one of them. It's called Hesitation. You thumb past the self-applicable, so you find that scripture. You know the one you recite verbatim at missile speed and accuracy. Target me. Yeah, you target me. Twist the good book, stretch or pinch those words, making your hatred righteous and pure. You bend the word till you break that command. To love me anyway, you'd rather target me. You throw scowls down that pious nose of yours, but you don't see under the stereotypes that you dress me in. Under all this, I'm struggling. No, I'm stumbling to love another human. It's hard to rebuild and maintain these bonds as wave after wave after wave of daily life tears at our fragile sandcastles. Love. You see, I'm struggling to keep this beautiful thing from slipping through my destiny-loving fingertips, and all the while you scream in my ear to keep this unholy home into the sea. You target me. Don't target me. Please, please, don't target me. This one, I'm a native Oregonian. How many guys are native Oregonians? The rest of you guys will be included, you'll see. It's where I come from. Where I come from, people recycle. They don't honk the second the light turns green. There are tree huggers and loggers and everyone in between. Where I come from, you see socks with Birkenstocks. Function surpasses fashion, but we still laugh at those socks and sandals. Where I come from, I'm too country for the city folk and too city for the country folk. Call me the urban spaceman baby because I'm geek and tweak of technology. Where I come from, people are pleasant. And even though it rains much of the time, we don't use umbrellas. At least not as natives. But more and more natives move here every day. And where I come from, we say, welcome. So some of the stuff I write, some people might call it dark. But like the title of my blog, it's let's not call it dark, just not so much light. So this one might be considered that, maybe not. This is called Media, Media, Media. A world away, people suffer, dying in another language. Foreign correspondents report teary-eyed with trembling, cracking voices. But this just in. Paris Hilton is distraught. Tinkerbell's at the vet. Kanye West, blah, blah, blah. Are the rumors true? Another celeb in rehab? OMG, tell me more. Tinseltown propaganda. Blindfold and sleight of hand. Distraction of the masses. Look behind the TV. Pull that black string and unravel it all. Unplug and insert yourself into life. Oh, I borrowed this soapbox because I too am of the remote control. Enough of this time wasted in front of a box only to be buried in one. This world is bigger than me, than we. Children perish silently. Mothers crying to empty apathy, suffering and rancid festering just under the surface. Trivial loneliness, a pillowed fall, down depression softly laid over me. Smothering warmth, cool comfort, only a switch flip away. Here, hunger is an illusion of gluttony. Bored equals hungry. True hunger is unswatted flies, fatigued infants, slumped toddlers, bellies distended. So, guess who's back? I read and I realized that I never left. Give me that mic, I've got something to say. I've got nothing to sell, I've got passion to yell. Ear-splitting syllables, bounce chins and clank teeth, chatter, stutter. This unstoppable voice, her name, Truth. Vixen of fiery-eyed glares, stare down the stairs of heaven, clouded in complacent decadence, caged to light, swings and gleaming sabers light. You fire your bullets at the heavens as if your rage at God mattered. And your bullets fall like tears on the women and children struck down by this ugly machine, humanity, trading each other humanely, expendable and exchangeable for money. Thank you. Here's another less than light, but I will redeem that. I'll come back to that. So this one's older. It's called Her Pen Was Her Blade. Again, short. When life's trials and pains drug her down, her tender heart torn, ripped into too many pieces to see. Thoughts of razors and knives, blades dancing upon veins, kicking up puddles, drowning the agony of being. Her pen became her blade, her poem the wound, gushing maroon feelings of guilt and sorrow. Her anguish solemn, but others sigh relief, for her pen was her blade. Okay. This one's called Arid Defeat. And this is loosely based on an actual events. The names of the innocent have been changed. Surprised by the attack of the goldfish, I pondered his predicament as he lay gasping his final breaths. I respected his gall and felt a strange empathy for his fight against a captor he had no chance of conquering. Yet still the burning need to right the wrong sprung him from his element and into my comfortable ignorance. I kneeled and, plucking him from the carpet, I slipped him back into the water with his last gulp of arid defeat. He circled the bowl in angst, and I flushed and walked away. I found the goldfish already in the toilet, and it was the only available one in an orange strip, so I had to flush it. That's the truth. All right, so this one, it's called Click, 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 Click. My turn signal is the metronome of my insanity, 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 the metronome of my insanity. Staring at the steering wheel, my body unwilling to move. Stevie Ray Vaughan plucking in the background. Surreal blues, so real blues. Time is ticking and I'm driving a carpool. Late. For what? The metronome of my insanity is the time clock. I punch in and clock out. I clock out to tune in. Mundane work, exciting work, it's all the same, unrelated to my life and my passions. Oh, I walk the line during the grind days, and I color outside those lines on the living days. My insanity never stifled my pills nor drink, marching on to a metronome of raindrops, blinkers, and battling coworkers, all condemning me. How are we doing on time, Dennis? I don't want to take up too much.
You are, like, what is it, 7 more minutes?
Okay, I got this. 7, right. Okay, so this one I wrote after visiting Seaside, and there's that little turnaround. It's got a statue there. I'm sure you guys have been there. Anyways, I was there for a bit, and I witnessed this. It's called Seaside, Act 1, Scene Infinite. They come 2 by 2 with their cars, wipers wagging. Each couple hops out, and they all do the same dance. She poses reluctantly, resisting just enough to thinly veil her vanity. Switch, his turn. His teeth disappear, his brow straightens, his expression dies, lest anyone see his perfectly acceptable imperfection. It's all so horrific. 1 to 2 minute scenes replayed over and over and over by different actors cast by the world. I sit and endure each wave. So this one's called A Voice, A Story, Not My Own. I'm going to tell you a story in a voice not my own. Listen up now, because I'm going to tell you a story that is not my own. This guy, you see, he's a veteran. It doesn't matter the war. This guy, the veteran, and that war don't matter. His heart aches at flashbang memories. Orders horrific are carried out by the horrified. Mr. President said, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Bombs bursting in air, and he don't care. Not anymore. No, not anymore. All the faces tattooed to the inside of his eyelids, especially hers, because he can't sleep. She won't let him sleep. She, a mother carrying a child, and he, standing at the butt of that gun. Wrong house, wrong time. House clear. And that's why. He hid the town and never came back. He's digging through trash for rations rancid. Through slime and mold, he endures it all. Wringing his hands, he sits sleepless on the sidewalk with his cup, with his empty cup. And on his good days, oh, he has so few good days, he dances and sings horribly off key, scraping quarters and dimes from the sidewalk, all thrown in laughter by passers-by, trading his pride for a hot meal or a cold beer. She's why. She's why. And I keep walking by. Thank you. This one's fairly recent, and despite the title, it's not that bad. It's called Attempted Murder. It's not that kind of murder. Crows circling, their wings slicing the sky open. Cumulonimbus evisceration, roaring, thunderous affirmations. Portland is covered by the sky's saltless tears. I'm standing on the corner, face skyward aim. 2 crows come to rest upon my shoulders, lost and lonely. Attempted murder. My feet lift gently off the pavement. I am weightless. and carried upon the wings of memory and imagination, soaring through the afternoon gray, high above the glistening streets and dancing lights of the city. Above the crushing weight of adulthood, worries slide off my skin like cool rain falling back to the rivers below. Stress is once again an abstract thought, foreign and unfathomable. Blissful peace carried on the wind wraps around me, kissing my cheeks, wiping my tears away. Two crows snatched me out of this depression, and we three soared in the gray sky at the bottom. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Sounds like foul play to me, too. I'm going to do one called A Single Drop. I hop off the 14, walking down this sloppy sidewalk, minding these thoughts chasing the sorrow in my head. Winds blowing sideways, and dirty water wicking up my pants. Socks are soaked, wandering in this torrential downpour. But I don't feel a single drop. I don't feel a single drop. I duck into a dive bar, not sure where. I walk right up and I order myself a beer. Looking to drown these feelings, so I'm pounding these nightmares out of my heart, one pint at a time. I'm 4 drinks in, and I don't feel a single drop. No, I don't feel a single drop. There's this stranger in my face bitching about God knows what. He's waving his arms and frothing at the mouth. He's forcing his words into my ears, invading my solitude. He's in my face, and every one of his syllables a shower. But I don't feel a single drop. I don't feel a single drop. He's mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I settle up and I head on out. Back to the street. This rain is never letting up. Loss and mourning has my eyes filled. I'm caught in this whirlpool cycle that keeps dragging me under, drowning in salty brooding. Face streaked with tears, but I don't feel a single drop. Yeah, I don't feel a single drop. Not one single drop. I'm going to do just 2 more. This one really wouldn't technically be a poem. It's more of a story. It was written for a song that my friend wrote. I titled it Balada of Pistolero de Malanoche. My Spanish is horrible, but the song is called Malanoche. Riding into the tiny Mexican town in a thirsty mare, tumbleweeds and a dust storm from Diablo himself. He ties his dying horse to the trough in front of the Malanoche town cantina, just down the dirt road from the barn he was born and abandoned in. His swagger turning to a shuffle as he enters the cantina, kicking up dust, ready for any trouble that may be waiting. The old gunslinger's gaze trickles over the crowd, finally resting on the bar, and the señorita bonita behind him. Wearily, he drags his tired little bones over to the bar, ordering some cactus wine and settling in upon regrets by himself. He sits reflecting on his travels and conquests of both men and their egos, along with women and their wily ways, dodging bullets in the married life, yet not knowing which he feared more. As he orders his third round, someone catches his eye in the mirror behind the bar. It's a young man, his back stiff as a board, his eyes intently burning with flaming daggers, aimed straight through the old man's soul. He nods to the young man in a gesture of goodwill, but like a statue, the young man stares on. The old man returns to his thoughts and his libation, his mind wandering back to his youth, filled with bar fights, gun fights, hangings, and all kinds of violence. Oh, never passion, all loveless. Much like his own beginnings, a troubled orphan, growing up in a corrupt little town which seems so far from where he now rests, tired and spent. He glances up to see the young man is still staring at him, this time his face a little softer, a little more familiar. He squints and strains to recall who this mysterious man could be, standing there, ready to take on the world, ready to pay hell for his wild adventures, come what may. He finds it hard to shake the feeling that this young man is himself. Just then, in the distance, someone shouts, "Whose mare is this side of the trough? She's dead." With his heart hanging heavy, the old gunslinger orders his seventh drink and barely catches the young man's words. "Your last drink, old man, before you cross the river Styx." The old gunslinger's eyes widen, and taking the young man's words as a threat, he pulls his gun from his holster fast as lightning. The old man turning sees no one, his eyesight dimmer. The old man makes out the outline of a cloaked angel, death. His gun slides from his fingers, falling stale to the dirty wooden floor. A smile creeping across a wrinkled face, no longer troubled with life's pains. As the old man slumps onto the bar, the fire in his eyes slowly fades to a hot, dusty evening in Bariloche. So I'm Unheardof, my pen name. My actual name is Jeff. So if you yell Unheardof, I will turn my head and you can adjust it. Okay, so this one's a voice. Speak as if spoken to by a higher power. Speak to be heard as if your words are the shower that all souls should bathe in. As if silence will you eventually sour. Power and grace convey. Counter oppression break. Molds and stereotypes. Smash these doors keeping minds closed and leave no splinter behind. And take us back to the days when innocence reigned, even when it rained abuse of speech and fists. Back when summer freedom was all that mattered, and a bike gave you wings to soar above dreams, schemes, and so it seemed death. Before role models faded, innocence chips away. Take us back with voice. Thank you all for listening.